The last benefit, but certainly not least, impacts on teacher effectiveness and sustainability. Have you ever heard the fable of the goose that laid the golden egg? I'm sure you have, but I'm going to remind you of it anyways. There was a farmer who one day discovered his goose had laid a golden egg. He took it to an appraiser and found out that the egg was in fact gold. Each day the goose laid another. The man was obviously very excited and started buying luxurious things. Over time, the farmer got greedy. He didn't want to wait for the golden eggs to pop out one at a time. He wanted them all now. So he cut open the goose to get all of them, and all that was inside was goose guts, and now he had no more golden eggs. In his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey writes this about the fable. Most people see effectiveness from the golden egg paradigm. The more you produce, the more you do, the more effective you are. But as the story shows, true effectiveness is a function of two things: what is produced, the golden eggs, and the producing asset, or capacity to produce, the goose. In other words, we can't just focus on the goals we want to reach, but take care to maintain the asset producing those golden goals. If I stop cleaning out my vacuum, it's going to break down, and my golden egg of a clean house will go away or cost a lot more than gradual filter cleaning to replace. We don't seem to understand this in education or with humans. The educator exodus and burnout crisis is a direct result of not balancing the production of golden eggs, or student test scores, with the long-term producing capabilities of the goose, or teacher. Telling the vacuum to clean itself when it is in constant use might make us feel better, but it's not going to be effective. I know we probably have a mix of teachers and school leaders taking this course, so I want to be clear my goal is not unproductive venting. It's to be blunt and then show you how mastery-based choice can be part of your solution to also caring for your golden self or your golden geese. Because even if you don't lose the goose, if it is wearing out, you are probably getting small yellow eggs instead of golden ones. So let me tell you a few ways mastery-based choice makes teaching more sustainable and effective. So usually we're used to being the ones to hold students accountable. But when students have a work plan, the work plan is the officer and the teacher is the ally. If you have a student who's like, I don't want to do this goal on the work plan, you get to simply say, oh, okay, you don't have to work on that today, but it looks like you still need to master that goal in order to get to the next level. Let me know if you want some help on that. And that might sound like we aren't holding students accountable, but when students see their friends meeting their goals and moving up levels, it does not take long for students to get really motivated to also get all the things on their work plan, even the things that they're maybe not initially attracted to learning how to do. It totally changes the nature of the role as teacher, which is one of the things I love the most. All right, number 2. If something comes up, so think about a traditional lesson that, one student has an issue probably at least every day in every subject you teach, and you have to decide between how you're going to help that student and how you're going to keep the other 27 children moving forward in their learning. With mastery-based choice, if something comes up, all the students are already independently learning without support, and the materials are all there. And so you as the teacher can go help that individual who needs you in that moment without interrupting the learning at all or interrupting the flow of what everyone is doing. Another benefit is prep is done in chunks, not every day. And so you're going to be observing and then using your notes to think about what you're going to present to students the next day or who you're going to help. But in general, the materials you're prepping, you're going to be doing that in batches, putting them in the environment, and then several weeks later, trading them out for new activities versus the daily lesson where you're planning everything, the differentiation, all of it, one day, one lesson at a time. So the last one is that differentiation is automatic. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one because I think I talked about it a lot in the benefits section, but you as a teacher are not thinking every day about how to differentiate your mastery-based choice time. it's already there. You're looking at how your students are progressing towards that at their own differentiated paces and determining which students you're going to pull to help, especially if they are falling behind the rest of the group.